Everything all right, Severus? You appear a little flushed.
Of course, Headmaster. I just realized that I neglected to get Miss Clearwater's signature on her probationary review.
It went well, then?
Yes. Very well indeed. I should probably catch up with her. Get that signature taken care of right away.
All in good time, Severus. Stay a while. I want to know all the details. Let me make us some tea.
That won't be necessary, Headmaster. I'm, slightly too warm for tea.
Very well. Have a seat, at least. Lemon drop? Perhaps a peppermint toad?
No. Thank you.
Here. A small cup won't hurt. So, tell me, Severus, how did she fare under pressure? Some professors find these evaluations intense, intimate even. One-on-one scrutiny can bring out all sorts of things.
She remained composed.
Admirable. And did you keep to the script, or let the conversation wander?
I conducted the review as you instructed, Headmaster.
Yes, of course. Still, she is charming, isn't she? One can't help but be drawn in. All that enthusiasm, that energy. It's quite infectious. How did she respond to my feedback?
She listened attentively, offered some insight into her experience at the school these past 6 months. She certainly made it very clear that she finds her work deeply fulfilling, and that she's extremely eager to continue contributing. In short, she has given me no cause for concern.
High praise indeed, from you. I must say I've been hard-pressed to find anyone in the castle who has anything negative to say about her. Minerva tells me she's unnatural with the students, firm but unfailingly fair. Apparently she's already managed to win over that particularly difficult class of 4th years. Phileas says she's a joy to work alongside. Something about her attending one of his dueling demos voluntarily, even offered to be a target, if you can believe it. And then, of course, there's young Harrington, who tells me he finds her presence energizing.
Harrington finds anything in a skirt energizing.
Indeed. It's a rare thing to see someone settle into the castle so quickly. Hogwarts usually takes its time accepting newcomers. Professor Clearwater has made it look rather effortless.
She adapts well.
She seems to have found a rhythm here, as if she's always been part of the place. That sort of ease, it often comes from connection, don't you think?
If it does, I've no insight into it. I don't keep track of her affinities.
No, of course not. Would you indulge me just for a moment while I speculate? I've a feeling Professor Clearwater has found such a connection here at the castle. Not with the students, though they adore her. Not even with her plants, though she speaks to them like old friends. No, something a little quieter, a little closer to the chest.
Headmaster?
Do you remember that particularly cold snap we had at the end of last year, when Hagrid insisted on bringing 6 baby nifflers into the staff room to warm them up by the fire? I was walking the east grounds early one morning, Needed to clear my head. And as I was walking past the greenhouses, I happened upon Professor Clearwater kneeling in the frost, elbow deep in the herb bed, carefully cutting lavender buds. Naturally, I was surprised by this. Lavender isn't known to bloom in such conditions, not without considerable effort. So I stopped for a moment and I asked her why she was going to such trouble. And without the slightest hint of hesitation, she informed me that she intended to make lavender oil with it. For you. To help you sleep. Apparently you had confided in her that you suffer from insomnia.
It was a passing remark. She took it more seriously than I intended. I certainly didn't ask for anything.
No, I rather imagine you didn't.
She told me she suffered from nightmares. I shared something about my insomnia in return. It was practical, not personal.
I see. So in the spirit of equal misery, you decided to confess something deeply personal. Something you've kept hidden all these years, even from me. To someone who, at the time, you barely knew? Someone who then went out of her way to ease your burden in return. That strikes me as being rather more than just a practical exchange between colleagues, Severus.
You're reading too much into it.
Am I? She draws a gentleness from you, you know. You speak less sharply when she enters a room. Your voice lowers, just slightly. I doubt even you notice. And I've watched your eyes. You don't scan a room the way you used to, Severus. You search it. And when you find what, or rather whom, you're looking for, your shoulders loosen. Your jaw unclenches. The corners of your mouth threaten, only slightly, to betray you. I know you, Severus. I've known you since you were a boy. All sharp corners and quiet hunger. I've seen the way you hide, with silence, with scorn, with stillness. You think you've mastered it, and for the most part you have, but even the best masks slip when something worth keeping walks into the room.
If there's something you wish to say, Headmaster, I suggest you say it plainly.
I think you're in love with her.
I'm afraid you are very much mistaken.
About many things, but not about this. You carry it well, I'll grant you that. But Professor Clearwater isn't as practiced as you. She tries to hide it, of course she does. But it slips through. No one else has noticed. Or if they have, they don't understand what they're seeing. But I do.
Why are you bringing this up? If you've been keeping tabs on us all this time, which evidently you have, then you'll already know the lengths we've gone to keep this matter private. Why speak it into existence? Why give it a name?
Because I know the weight of secrecy, Severus. I know how it carves a man from the inside out. You may think it protects you.
It is not about protecting me, Albus. I do not need protecting. Everything I do not do, is to protect her. If the wrong ears so much as whisper her name in connection with mine, she is finished. It would reach him. And if the Dark Lord suspected that I had formed an attachment with someone from outside the fold, he would view it as a crack in the armor, a sign of my drifting loyalty and a reason to destroy both the lover and the loved. I could lie. I could occlude, but it would not stop there. She is not trained in occlumency. She should never have to be. He would find a way to get to her, and he would hollow her mind until he had extracted the truth. And once he had it, he would make an example of her. He would hurt her, to test me, to see if I begged. And when I did, because I would, it would be confirmation to him that his trust had been misplaced, and he would kill her anyway. I pleaded for a life once, on my knees, and he gave me a promise, hollow as breath, before taking everything I could never get back. He does not spare what you love. He exploits it, makes you complicit in its ending. And then he watches what remains of you rot with guilt. I would not survive that a second time. More importantly, she wouldn't. If you care about her at all, you will keep your observations to yourself.
I can assure you, Severus, I have no intention of parading this truth through the halls. Your secret is safe. But know this. Should you ever wish to speak of her freely, whether for fear or joy, or just to say the name of someone who has changed your life, you are welcome to do so here. Whatever you share in this room stays in this room. I imagine she's quite something to have found her way into your affections.
She is. If that's all, Headmaster, I must be away. I have some business to attend to.
Of course. Give her my regards.